I'm a trader. That's what I'm doing now for a living.
My name is David, and I'm from Richmond, Virginia. I'm retired. Right now I was in aerospace with Boeing.
My name is Richard Serrano, and I'm from East Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania. I'm a network field engineer, and I do telecommunications.
My name is Phil Tribe, and I am from Alaska.
Right now I
am retired locomotive engineer.
My name is Leanne Jack, and I grew up in Appleton, Wisconsin. So I'm a web designer and a front-end developer.
My name is George Brooks. I am originally from New Jersey. Been in IT for the last 33 years. And in between that, still cutting down trees, climbing trees, and all that other stuff in between.
My name is Terrell Lee. I'm from Mobile, Alabama. I work at a small used car lot just to get out of the house.
I discovered this whole community of traders in the trade room, which, you know, I knew I was sitting in front of my computer at home all by myself, and now all of a sudden here is this community out there, which I found very generous. Everybody was so supportive and welcoming. It just really blew me away.
What makes us so different than other schools is that we're just not your typical school that's just going to teach you how to trade. We're going to go out there and be part of a family, be part of a team. We're looking for traders that we could trade together.
My name is Josh Levitin. I'm from Bethpage, New York, and I'm the senior instructor here at Cyber Trading University. What makes our on-site class so great, aside from the networking aspect of it all, just having our students meet each other for the first time, is the fact that myself and Fausto are very hands-on with our students in the sense of just being able to literally overlook their shoulder and watch their trade, what they're focused on from their platform.
Some news came out and a thing just popped.
While I can comment on what they should focus on online, they might not be able to understand that as well compared to having us right there in front of them.
I kind of like the idea of not being in front of a computer 8 hours a day, because I can't do that. So I kind of like the idea of doing it in the morning and then going to do all the other stuff I need to do.
Everyone that you thought was going to do that, you're going to have 9 losses versus 1 winner. Yeah, it's like it's not worth it.
When I spoke to Fausto on the phone and he interviewed me, the thing he said the hardest thing for me to do would be to unlearn the things that I previously learned, and it turns out that's 100% true. And the stuff that I'm learning from him and from Josh and everybody has really made all the difference in the world in understanding what a day trader is and how it actually works.
Fausto and the staff at CTU University, they're really on top of everything. They give you good trade choices, and they keep you alert onto whatever's happening in the market at the time for the day.
Right, so we made a profit. What did I just say earlier? Just take the money and run, because guess what? If you didn't take it, how would you be doing right now? Now you're losing money. You're just trying to make that base pay. That's all you're looking to do. You got it, you made it. Listen, for every stock, if that kept on going, for every one that you thought was going to do that, you're going to have 9 losses versus 1 winner.
I don't think you're going to find a better support team in the stock trading business anywhere. That's why I'm here at the platinum level.
You know, a lot of people want to go out there and trade and don't know if it's for them or not. And guess what? That's okay, because it's not. And the thing you have to look at is you have to find a mentor, you have to find a school, you have to sample a couple of things with a couple of schools out there, do a couple of classes, and you make the choice. But don't make the biggest mistake that people make. Go out there and be part of 90%, maybe even higher, of the failure rate in today's industry, because people want to try it before they learn. I mean, would you ever want someone to work on your loved ones that never went to med school? Or how about just giving your finance money to some financial planner that never learned finance? We are no different, but you are on the right path. The right path is you should be doing it on your own. And by doing it on your own, you need a mentor to show you how to do it. And that's what you're going to get here at Cyber Trading University. All right, welcome traders. Let me get a little chat back if you could hear me loud and clear. Just want to do a quick audio check. All right, thanks a lot, Robert. Brett, good, good. All right, good. Let me just get a couple of things up here up and running. We'll get started. All right, there we go. Just want to get the cam up there. All right, good, good. Well, welcome everybody. Welcome to our 12 o'clock open house, where we're going to talk about how to successfully trade using Nasdaq Totalview. You know, it's been a really popular topic that we've been going with, because I think now people are starting to realize that it's not about, you know, watching someone talking about, oh, look at my Fibonacci and look how I use this Fibonacci, or oh, look at this indicator, or I got the next new best thing, a slice spread, or look at the program that I had, this and that. I think now people are starting to realize that it's about following the money. It's really what it comes down to. You just got to follow the orders, see who's out there, why these things go up and down the way they do. And I'm telling you, if this doesn't convince you, then obviously, you know, we're not the right fit for you. And that's why if you watch that video that I was just showing you about some of the students that we've had there, they're pretty much just talking about exactly, you know, that they tried other programs. And you have to sample a couple of different people's programs, but you can't go out there and do this by yourself. I don't think anybody's going to go out there and self-diagnose their illness, okay? And it says, oh, you know what? I don't need, I could take care. I broke my leg. Yeah, I'll fix it myself. Yeah. Okay. Let me know how that works out for you. It doesn't really work too well. So getting back to what we've learned and what we're going to be learning is we're going to talk a little bit about how to find the best stocks to trade. I'm going to talk about how to follow the smart money in today's markets. Also going to talk about how to have a consistent trading plan, which is a big issue. A lot of people don't understand that you got to have a game plan when you go into trading. Also going to talk about how to use the Nasdaq Totalview. Now, this is only one exchange, one ECN that we're going to talk about, which is pretty much the most popular one out there, but there are several of them out there. And, but this will help explain how they all work. And then I would talk about some stocks that we traded, the entries and exits. Now, does anyone here follow me on YouTube? I know we're broadcasting live on YouTube right now, but has anybody here follow me on YouTube? Give me a yes or no. Josie, you do. Robert, you do. Okay. If you don't, just, you know, but once again, we'll post a link. Dick Rich just posted there. Just click on it, like us, follow us. We invite everybody to come in there for free on at 9 a.m. in the morning. We do 2 events during the market hours. So if you want to see how we find these stocks and what's moving and see some live action and see us put our money where our mouth is, that's basically where you're going to be learning it. Now, how did I basically learn a lot of this stuff? I'll be honest with you. I didn't invent this stuff. And I'm not going to be the egotistical guy out there to be like, oh, look at my thing works. I have the best platform. Listen, I was that 20-year-old kid. Okay. I'm going to be 49 in September. I've learned that you have to work for somebody to learn how to do this. I mean, have any of you guys, everyone out there, I assume you all had a job before in your life, and when you went to go to a job interview, okay, didn't you want to get and work for somebody like that's really good in the industry? Or like, you know, how many times are you like, damn, I wish I got that job. That guy is the best in the industry. It's the best company in the industry. I could have learned so much. I want to get into this business. If it's maybe in a college, like an intern or something, right? Well, as an egotistical 22-year-old kid, I thought I could do it myself. And I end up, like most people might say, I blew up about 3 accounts, I think it was. And you know what? I finally was fortunate living in New York. I took a job as a trader. I said, and you know why I didn't want to take it? I think it's the same reason why people don't pay money to get education today. Because back then I had to split the profit. I'm like, I don't want to split the profit. If I make 100,000, I got to split 50 and I only walk away 50. What kind of deal is that? I think it's a pretty damn good deal because it's a lot better than losing $50,000, right? Well, when I first walked into that trading room, I'm telling you, I should have never made my first trade. Everything that you're going to see right now, that I'm going to show a lot of you, you're going to wish you never made your first trade because you're going to realize that you've been trading blind your whole time. And it's time to stop pretending and start following these people. So when it comes to trading, ladies and gentlemen, that's how I got started. I got started as being like that Forbes magazine, a bunch of kids tormenting Wall Street. I was one of them. I love that monitor, by the way. That's hysterical. Look at that monitor. Remember those monitors? Well, listen, that was us. That's what I was. I was one of the original SOS bandits of today's industry. And I'm still in the business. You know, it's funny. I had an opportunity to get to meet Kramer and for a photo shoot and of a presentation I was doing. And he was taking some photos and I came up to him and he's like, I told him what I was doing. You know what he said to me, which was actually, I don't know if that was insulting or if it was a compliment. He said, my God, you're still in the game after all these years? I'm like, well, I must be know what I'm doing, you know? Well, I want to pass that knowledge over to you guys. But let me explain to you what the ultimate goal today is. My goal today is I'm looking for somebody to join my family. I'm looking for somebody to go out there. I'm looking for some people that have it in them, that really want to learn how to trade and also want to be part of a team. So I'm looking to train people out there the art of trading so we can make money together. And if you feel like you're that person, then you want to stick around for the next 45 minutes because I'm going to show you what trading's all about, the benefits that you're going to get out of it, and how you could actually come join my family because that's what it's all about. Now, let's get into the trading part of it. Did anybody here trade NIO at all? NEO? Anybody here trade this stock? NIO, just give me a yes or no. Jake, you did. Robert, no. Okay. Britt, no. Don, no. Getting a lot of no's. What about, listen, there's almost 100 people in here. What about the rest of you? Don't be shy. Could you guys just tell me, did you trade it or not? Yes or no? I mean, nobody's going to point out to you. Nobody's going to yell at you. My point that I'm bringing this up is because here's a stock that company went from at 10 o'clock this morning, had a big run, almost 179% over the course of the year. Okay. Literally, stock's been running, it's been doing great in the past couple of days. WKHS. Look at this one. Honestly, I really know what the company does, and I really don't really care. Okay. Because by the time I'm in it and selling it, doesn't matter. When I'm out of it, if I wanted just for my own self satisfaction to know what it does, I can worry about that later. Because if you don't jump in these things and take the money and run, they end up coming back down. I mean, but here you have a stock, WKHS. When do you see a stock go from 15 all the way to 21 in one day? You're going to be shocked, and I'm not trying to sell anybody here, but we do this every day. Every day. Nikola, another stock we traded in the past 2 days. Look at this beauty. Stock goes from 45, and this was yesterday, to 52, up to 55, and then overnight it hit as high as 60. Where are you going to find that? Why is it going up? Some of you might say, oh, I know, Nikola, that stock's got a really cool looking truck. You know, it's supposed to be like another next Tesla out there. You think I care? Of course I would love to get Tesla at 1,300 and buy it back when it was 50 Tesla. But who knows? We don't know about these companies because you know what? This stock was at 95 and it dropped back down to 40. How's that working out for some people, right? So the thing is this, what is making these things go up? What are driving these stocks up? Two things, supply and demand. That's it. And you, to be very successful in trading, you have to know exactly where these people are buying it and where they're selling it. And because at the end of the day, you're just trying to put food on the table and maybe get a nice car and maybe another nice house and maybe, pay for your kids' education, whatever it may be. It could go on and on and on, but it does pay a lot of money, this company. So how do we find these stocks before they move up? Well, finding them is really not that hard. Okay. Finding them is actually pretty easy. So if you join us on our YouTube, if you're obviously, if you're not a student of ours, we broadcast every morning, and you can see right here, Tesla. Actually, let me get my pointer out here. You guys can follow along. Always forget to bring this up. There we go. Okay. So my red little dot. Okay. So you got my little red dot, and you could see that NKLA was the 5th biggest percentage gainer on the in the market at 40%. I mean, there was a couple other ones out there. NGAC. There's the ALT. Oh my God, ALT. We killed it. $17. Where'd it go today? It went to like 25 almost. ALT. Let me look it up. We're having fun with that. Yeah, I'm almost at 25. Oops. Hold on. Let's bring this up right here so you guys can see it. Yeah, ALT, not only has it became a good swing trade, a day trade, but it's actually been a pretty good swing trade. You can see it right here. Stock went at 16. Look where we're up. It went up as 25 today. Unbelievable. Fun stock. A lot of our traders made a lot of money in that stock. All right. So anyway, this is the way we find them. Now, the question is, who's pushing it up? When do we get out? Is it too late to buy? When do we sell it? Well, this is where most traders fail. They guess, they use certain programs, they are uneducated, they're not part of a team. All this is where people fail. So let's talk about data. What does that mean? Well, data is how we know. Data is getting is knowing where this thing is going. Where is it trading at? Okay. So here we have a stock. We're looking at it. You see some news, whatever it is. So most people trade on something called level 1. Okay. Level 1 is just basically what that means is the first level. It's the best bid and the best offer. So when you want to look at a stock and like, okay, what's this stock trading at? Okay, it's trading at 53.45 bid, means what you could sell it for, and you could buy it at 53.46. Doesn't tell you who's buying it, who's selling it, but it's got some cool data. I mean, it tells you the volume, the average volume. Big deal. The high, the low, the open, big deal. How does that tell you where the stock is going? Tells you nothing. Now, there was this thing that came out a while ago, which is pretty much outdated. Does anybody here at level 2? Anybody here trade with level 2? A lot of you. Okay. So you're basically wasting your time. Level 2 has been outdated since the 90s. Okay. Let me explain something to you about trading. You get anything for free, that's all it's worth. Okay. You can't think you're going to be successful and try to run a 6-figure business in trading by getting stuff for free. If you could tell me where to find it, please tell me, because I would sign up, immediately. I still have not found that place. My kids do. They live for free at home, but do they really live for free? No. There's always somebody paying, okay? So there's always a catch. Now, let's get to the real hardcore stuff. And I'm going to do a quick poll right here. And my poll question is this. Do you have level 3 access? Let me just see if you guys have that. Just posting up a poll right there. And by the way, if you're a student of CTU, please don't answer this question, because I want to share the poll results so everybody could see it. If you're not sure, click not sure. Okay, so let me end this poll and let me share the results. So you could see a lot of you are obviously not using it, okay? So, by the way, if you ever thought you were never available to be in a poll, now here's your chance, right? We're going to have a couple of more poll questions I'm going to ask. Yes, TradeStation does have it. Thinkorswim does not have it. Okay, so let me explain to you what it is. Now, level 3 is also known as Totalview. Okay, it's our terminology, what we call the next after level 2. I don't know why they never call it level 3. Everyone has their reasonings, but I call it level 3. So here you have what we're looking at and this is Nasdaq. This is the floor of the Nasdaq exchange. Okay, you are looking at right now, and you have access to the floor of the Nasdaq. Isn't that pretty awesome? Let me just fix this mic. Okay. So this is the Nasdaq right here. You actually imagine being in New York Stock Exchange, the best traders in the world, right? That's why they're working down there. That's why you're not and they are. Wouldn't it be great to be down there with him? Well, now you can. Now you're seeing everything that's out there. Now, how do we utilize this data? Well, right here, let me draw a couple of lines here so you guys can follow along. So here are your buyers and here are your sellers. Okay. Now everything is aggregated. Okay. What that means is this: whoever wants to buy the stock for the most amount of money is up on top. Whoever wants to sell their shares for less money is down here at the bottom. They're both ranked on top. Now, whoever wants to buy their shares for less is down here at the bottom. Whoever wants to sell their shares for more money is down here at the bottom. So what you're looking at, and this is what Nasdaq is called, a negotiated market. You are now seeing people negotiate around the world what they want to buy and sell the stock for. So you're looking at the true data of what is going on the floor of the Nasdaq exchange. Why would you not want this data? Why would you not even not want to know this data? You know why you don't know? Because no one would ever tell you that. You got to remember, once you have this little secret, you could beat anybody in the trading market. I mean, there were so many trades that we were trading today. If it wasn't not knowing where what we call iceberg orders, we're going to talk about in the next few moments, I wouldn't know where to get in and where to get out. So let me go out here and let's change the slide here. So how do we use this data? Okay. Well, this is how it works. Now, before we do that, I'm going to ask everybody this question. And by the way, if you can't answer this question, you probably should quit trading. But how do stocks go up and go down in the market? What drives things up and down? Just give me a chat in the chat room. Thanks, Mike. Thanks, Bill, David, Kevin, Victor. Supply and demand, buyers and sellers. Buyers and sellers, right? Does anyone disagree? Because if you do, you should probably leave the room right now because we're obviously not going to get along too well. We're obviously we're in different planets. Supply and demand. Now, ask yourself a very dumb question. How many of you guys are watching the supply and demand in a stock that you're in? Anybody doing that right now? Could you see a 63,000 share buyer at 31.80, which is what making this support level right here at 31.80? You see the chart, right? See how it went right down from 33.20 on Uber, stopped at 31.80, went right back. Is anybody here doing that? Kid is the only one? A couple of students, obviously. No. Look at all of you out there that are saying no. Victor says no. Kevin says no. Don says no. By the way, I really respect you guys by being honest with me. Because you know what? If you can't admit that you're wrong, you'll never be a good trader. I guess it's the same thing like alcohol and drugs, right? People say, like, if you can't admit you're an alcoholic, you'll never be cured. If you can't admit that you're sick, you're never going to get cured. If you can't admit that you're a bad trader, how are you going to fix that? Well, how do you know you're a bad trader? Just look at your account. Look at your account. I tell my traders, and by the way, I'm just going to let you know this. A lot of people that come to our room, we actually don't train them. We obviously tell them they're really not qualified. And you know what? I think someone should be honest with you. We're not here to try to make subscriptions on you. If you can't make me money, if you're not going to be a good listener, we're not really a good fit. Okay? So that's how you become successful. So you have to admit when you're right and when you're wrong. If you can't help you. So let's look at this example right here. What is this? United Airlines. Ever heard of it? Yeah. Big news, right? Coronavirus, stock got destroyed. Nobody's flying anymore. So what do? Does that mean you can't trade it? I mean, of course you could trade it. Look at the stock. Stock went from 31 at 9 o'clock this morning all the way up to 34. Now, why would the stock go from 31 to 34. Can anybody take a wild guess? Why would it do that? Well, that stock's going to take a hit. You know what? The whole thing is this, David. It's not about, I mean, obviously looking where the stock is trading right now, where's it trading at? UAL, right? It's down to what, $30 right now? So it's trading within that range because it actually did go down. How would you have known and had a game plan that the stock was going to go up, stop at 34, and go back down? Buyers and sellers. You see how the stock hit a resistance levels right here? What made a resistance? A Fibonacci, a Fausto Pugliese, you, Jake, Robert Rogue, Goldman Sachs? No. It's institutions, high frequency trades, algorithms, and big money managers, because they're the ones that are making up the 123,000 shares. And by the way, there are 39 different orders out there around the whole world that make up that 123,000. Are you going to tell me that your little stinking 50 shares or 100 shares or whatever is going to outsmart the guy that wants out at 123? You see, you have to just follow the money. That's about it. You follow the money. That's right, David. You really have absolutely no chance. But guess what? You don't have a chance, but now you have a fighting chance because now you're seeing the data. That's all it comes down to it. By the way, is anybody confused about the supply and demand that we're talking about so far? Anybody lost? Anybody lost so far? Buyers and sellers, supply and demand? I mean, what's so funny? Like, there are people out there that will get trained by it, and they won't even teach you that because you know why? They assume that you already know that. Or they're like, I'm not going to downgrade myself. If you don't get this, you should be trading in the first place, which is totally ignorant and false. It's not your fault. It's not. It's just that the person that you probably train you is probably an egotistical show-off that wants to brag how much money he is so you can make subscriptions off you. And I think that's why a lot of people get a little discouraged, going out there trying to learn from certain people. But you know what? I've been doing this for 25 years. I've been dealing with them. I'm like anyone else. There are some good teachers out there in our public schools, and there's some bad teachers out there. You all know what's going on with all the riots and with the Black Lives Matter. Listen, there's some great cops out there, and there's some bad ones. But you can't blame they're all bad. Like all the schools. I'm not really a bad trader. I mean, I can't make everybody happy, but I do the best that I can. But you got to do your homework, and you got to be smarter than that. But you can't go out there and try to do it yourself. That's how you blow yourself up. From David. Well, there you go. Richard just posting up David's chat right there. Without the info, you're trading blind and you're stupid. I mean, I can't say it better than that. All right, let's have a little fun right here. Let me stop this. Let me do another poll. All right. And I want you guys to tell me, is this stock going up or down? Say you guys answer this question. Up or down? I think this is probably the only question where I get most people that don't have a problem answering this question. Everyone loves answering this question. But unfortunately, I got to get somebody who's got to throw in their 2 cents and have to say it's going up. And till today, I still can't figure out who that person is because I can't see everybody's chat. But I don't know why you would say this stock is going up. This stock is not going up. Why? It's going down. And so 90, I'm going to share the poll. 96% of you out there said it was going down. Congratulations. You have just basically passed one of the tests to be a successful trader. If you're saying it's going up, you should quit now before it's too late. Okay? All right. So we got that question done. Now, this is the $64,000 question. When is the stock going to bounce? Is this stock going to go to zero? What do you think? No. I mean, it could happen, right? It's not going to happen like in the day, but I mean, I've been doing business 25 years. I still have not met a stock that went from 28 to zero in one day. So we know it's not going to zero. And we know people, if they're short, they're going to cover, right? So what is going to make this stock go up? What's going to make this stock go higher? Buyers, right? Buyers. Do you see any buyers on the chart? No. So what the hell is the use of a chart for, right? The chart is only showing you what happened in the past. It's not always indicative of the future, because some people look like, oh, let's look at the chart. Let's look at the chart. Oh, there's support levels. How many times have you been in a stock and the stock, you thought it was support levels and it broke right through it? And like, I don't understand. How did that stock break a support levels? Well, did you see who's out there? So anyway, the only way we're going to find out, which most of you guys said, is you need to see the buyers. Okay. So we're going to go in here and we're going to go check out the level 3. We're going to go check out Nasdaq Book Viewer. Now, working our way down, we're looking for buyers. This is the buy side. Work our way down. You got 2,000 shares, 600, 300, 5 shares. Woo! 5 crazy shares. Big spender. Right there. Big spender. What is he looking to buy? $1,000 worth. That's still $1,000, 5 shares. 200. Oh, wow. 46,000 shares are looking to be purchased at 28.30 without even looking at a chart, without even looking at an indicator, without even looking at anything other than that. I could automatically assume, with all the orders out there, which probably Nasdaq makes up 50% of the stock trading in this one, there is a huge iceberg order at 28.30 without even looking at anything else. Okay. Let's go back to the chart. What a coincidence. Stock went from 23, hit there a couple of times, went right back up to 28.70. If you knew that support levels and buyers out there at 28.30 and you sold it 30 minutes later at 28.60, make yourself 30 cents, 1,000 shares, $300. Where are you going to make $300 in 30 minutes? Oh, I know where. Right here, trading the stock market by following the brokerage firms, following what they're buying and what they're selling. That's all it is. Does that, by the way, does that seem complicated? Is anybody lost? Anybody confused yet? Is that incredible? Think about this a second. How long have you been trading for? Who actually trained you? How much money did you spend in education? And here you are, you jumped into this webinar, and within 10 minutes, you totally answer your own question. Stocks go up due to supply and demand, and now you're getting to see the data. David said, I've been doing it for 12 years. Don says, not yet, but give me some time. I love those comments. Those are great. So let's get rid of everything else. Listen, you see some of these platforms, they got heat seekers, they got all these algorithms, they got all these crazy features, all these indicators, and they all try to like compete with each other, telling you like why their platform is better than others. Let's just go right to the exchange, right? Forget about all that garbage. Let's look at Plug, stock that we traded. We had a fun time trading this stock. Can you guys tell me where is the resistance levels in Plug? Meaning, if the stock was going up, when is it going to hit, a resistance? When is it going to meet a bunch of sellers? At what price? Let me see how you guys answer this question. We're looking for a resistance. Stock's going up. What stops it from going up? A ceiling. What is a ceiling? Sellers. All right, Tony, I don't know where you got 965 from, because we're looking not for buyers, we're looking for sellers. We're looking for resistance. You're right. That would be a support level if it was going down. The correct answer is that you got to look at the sellers. You work your way down. And if you said $10, where you see 127,000 shares, 161 different orders out there, that obviously makes sense to me. Wow, you know, like, wow, that's a lot of shares. What is that? About $1.2 million worth of stock? 160 people are out there doing that? Wow, that's a pretty substantial amount of people out there. Wonder why they're so interested in selling at 10. Maybe I should sell it too. I mean, I wouldn't want to own a stock, you know, after 10. You know, why would I do that with all those big sellers out there? By the way, just to reiterate, here's the real-time chart of plug. Where is it right now? How's that working out for you? Oh, couldn't probably have anything to do with the big seller out there a couple of days ago, right? That's real time. Guess what? If you looked at this stock right here, most people would think that this stock is going up. Most people would say, oh, the trend is higher. The stock is, you know, starting to build a double top, bull flag, everything you could say. I'd even throw a damn indicator in there. God forbid I threw a MACD or an RSI or something, like a 200 moving. I'd be like, oh yeah, this thing's going right back to 15 where it was. Listen, you know where it's going? Right here, right back down. Right, see that? It hit the resistance levels and it said, see ya. Because that guy probably, all of them probably sold the stock at the same time. Okay, I forgot that. Ascending triangle. Okay, listen, you could sit there and use, and by the way, I know what that means, David, but that is some just BS mathematicians analogy. Okay, it's meaningless. That's right. It's meaningless. You know what is important to you? That there's a big seller out there trying to get out of it. That is what you care about. That's right, Jake. Supply and demand. So what I'm looking for in you guys is I'm looking for some of you that could help me teach you how to trade and help me find these iceberg orders, because unfortunately there's 25,000 stocks that trade every day in the stock market. We only need about one. And it does take, you know, a certain skill of people out there that could focus, look for stocks that are moving, and help give content in the trading room and say, hey, Fausto, we're looking at plug. There's 125,000 share seller out there at $10. We should go short. Meanwhile, I'm looking at something else like an NIO or a Microsoft or an Intel, whatever it may be. And because you found plug, that's the stock I would rather short. And guess what? Those are what we call iceberg orders. Now, do you feel that does everyone here feel that they could help spot those iceberg orders for me? Do you guys feel if I was able to train you and show you that you guys could spot this out? Did that seem complicated? Hell yeah, Jake's saying, sure you could. Well, listen, when I took a job, when I worked at the time, a long time ago, block trading, you know, the big thing that they talked about is like, listen, this is what we're looking for. If you want to come work in our office, you need to know how to read the tape. That's the tape. But meanwhile, I'm like a type of person that goes, but you know, what platform we're going to use? And the guy's like, what the hell does that have to do with it? Well, there's a lot of platforms. There's eSignal, there's CyberTrader, there's, you know, back then, you know, there's all these crazy platforms. I'm like, forget about the platforms. Right now, you're going to have a seat on the floor of the exchange. You need to follow that guy right there. You know who he works for? He works for Goldman Sachs. Okay. He is the biggest trader who trades that stock right there. You watch him, you follow his coattail, and then you're going to make money. But you know what's so funny? This was the argument I had. If it was so easy, why is not everybody doing it? Can anybody answer that question? If it's that easy, why is not everybody signing up right now or doing it right now? Before I answer that question, let me see how you guys answer that. If you don't know how to answer, Just give me a question mark. Psychology, never really thought about that. Yeah, maybe some people feel like they're too good, you know. They don't know what they know. Okay. Discipline, Robert. Victor says because they don't know it. Confidence, Dennis. Unable to get the book viewer. Well, let me put it this way. When I started this job, my mentor taught me, I'm like, oh my God, it's like a no-brainer. Why would nobody do this? It's like taking candy from a little kid. He's like, you know why? This platform costs $1,000 a month because the exchanges don't work for free. And I'm like, wow, that's pretty funny you say that. Never realized nobody works for free. And you know what? If you went out to dinner and you go home and you told your wife or your husband, whatever, you go out to dinner, oh, I heard you went to a big steak dinner last night. Yes, you going there? Really? Who's paying? Oh, it's free. No. It's not free. No, it's free. I didn't pay anything. Listen, somebody picked up the tab. Okay? What is the catch? There was a reason why it was free. There's nothing free in this world. So when I got started, when I looked at it, then I was like, okay, $1,000 a month for this platform. That's a lot of money for a 22-year-old. Okay? So right away, that like eliminated about 95% of the people, which is like today. Some people look at this and be like, and my mentor told me, he says, listen, you want to make the 6-figure salary? Listen, it's rent. It's rent. You know what it costs today? That same technology? $15 a month. 15 lousy, stinking dollars. And you're telling me after seeing that, you still want to go back to the old girlfriend or boyfriend? Or, go back to, you spent all this money, like, yeah, I bought this indicator. Oh, I bought this lifetime membership for this platform. I got to make it work. You don't have to make it work. You know what? This is the way I look at it. If you didn't find those platforms, you probably would never have found us because you're probably sitting there because you're smarter than most people might think you are. And be like, you know what? There's got to be enough something else. There's something behind this whole thing that does not make sense. And now you just witnessed it. That's right, David. The platform makes you money. It's worth it. It really is. And that's why, I was, believe it or not, semi-retired at the age of 24. Okay? But what's a 24-year-old going to be doing for the rest of his life? Probably wouldn't be here probably till today. That's why I love trading. So anyway, let's get back to it because we're almost done here. And I want to get everybody registered. I want you guys to come into my trading room because, by the way, this is only one part of the training that we're doing. I want to prove to you this stuff actually works. I want to put my money where my mouth is. Some of you listen, anybody can make a nice PowerPoint. You know what I mean? Like anybody could dress up. Anybody can make this look so, wow, this looks so easy. You know what? When we start seeing it live, then we'll go from there. Okay. But anyway, now this is the scrutiny that I get. There's always somebody gotta bash you, right? Oh yeah, these are fake orders. I'm like, what do you think? This is fake news? There's no. Could you put a fake order on your brokerage account? Like on demo, you could, yeah, but you can't put an order out there and being advertised on the exchange without laying out the money. They won't let you do that. Now they could cancel. They can cancel if they want to. But they're not going to do that to you. I mean, that's a real live order. And by the way, do you really think 161 people are in cahoots with each other? If you think so, then you're really delusional. I tell people that you think all these people out there, they're all out there to try to trick you, right? First of all, this is what I tell them. For all the haters out there, I tell them, why would you want to be in a business with a bunch of fake orders, fake news, liars, thieves, and everything you could even imagine? Why would you want to be in that business? Listen, are there, bad, people in this industry? Sure. Just like there's bad cops, just like there's bad teachers, just like there's bad parents. There's bad in everything. There's bad employees. But not everybody's bad. You just got to know how to play the game. You don't need to be a bad person. You just want to make a day's pay. So it comes to a time where you just got to follow the money. Like here, Time and sales. Ron says, I took your course several years ago. Good info. Well, thank you very much, Ron. It's great to see you again. Appreciate it. I'm still going strong, and I love what goes on. It's great to see you. So anyway, time and sales. One of the most underrated, least used tools on a trading platform. This window controls the chart. This window is going to tell you that this guy at $10 for 127,000 shares got executed and ran the stock up to 1050. Yeah, he brought the stock down, but you know what? That guy probably sold his shares, and that's what ended up happening. With a blink of an eye. I mean, what do you think is going to happen if somebody said, sold, I'll buy it? Like, really? That guy went out there and just dumped and bought $1.2 million worth of stock? Like, he must know something more than we do. And he sure did, because the stock went from 10 to 1050 in about 30 minutes. So you ever see a stock break a resistance level and they try to figure it out? Like, how did it break a resistance level? Well, because there was a seller out there and the guy got executed. This is why you have to follow the money. Listen, if you want to be successful in trading, you got to stop pretending to be an analyst and with all these technical analysis, BS stuff, because everybody's coming out and telling you why theirs are better than his. And listen, it does work for swing trading and investing, but I personally like to day trade. It doesn't work for day trading, number one. And number two, I like to sleep at night. Okay. And you just got to ask yourself an honest question. Are you making the six figures now, what you're doing right now? And if it's not, you're more or less wasting your time. So finding resistance levels like WKHS with a 100,000 share seller out there at 1850 at $30 is going to make a resistance. But when the guy gets executed and he's been out there since 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, all the way up to the close, and he gets done, that's why I went from 1850 up to 21 half hours. It's where it comes down. It pops, right? And look at the time in sales. 5,000, 1,000, 2,000, 4,000, 2,000, 1,000, 3,000. The guy got executed. Green. What's green made of? Green's made of money. Show me the green. All about following orders. It sure did pop, Jake. So listen, what I'm looking for, because we're gonna finish up right now, is that I'm looking to train people that can help me scan the market for these big iceberg orders. Because the thing is this, there's no software out there that does it. Believe me, if I did, I would have invented it. There's no software out there. There'll never be a software out there because the way things work. And if it does, they're laggers. They're not leaders. You have to be a leader. So if you think you have it in you, I want to teach you guys this. I want to show you people that we've trained to come in my trading room, and I want you to sample it yourself. Because it all comes down to one thing. You all need a mentor. You can't do this yourself. You know, listen, this job pays a lot of money. Something that pays a lot, you got to surround yourself with great traders. Because you know what? It pays a lot of money. You could spend more time with your family. You could do the things you always wanted to do. I mean, listen, I'm not a show off. I don't brag how much money I make. To me, I'm not the kind of Wolf of Wall Street type of guy. Look at the car I'm driving. Look at the girls I'm hanging out. Listen, I'm married for 22 years. I got 3 wonderful boys. I want to make sure that they don't get stuck with student loans. I pay for their college. You know what I mean? I go on vacation when I can. I take my job with me. I got a great staff that works with me. It's not the Fausto show. I got great instructors. I got great staff. You probably already noticed that already. And you know what? That's what makes you successful. Having an established, successful team. And that's something that you have to look for when it comes from learning from someone. And by the way, that is why CyberTrading University has been recognized and has been endorsed by more brokerage firms and more exchanges than anyone in the school. Which, by the way, I want to make a comment to you. Has any of you guys ever been trained before? Actually, let me do a quick poll really quick. hold on. I'm just curious about this. Has anybody, oh, it's kind of the broker one. That's the wrong one. Sorry about that. Didn't I have it? I thought I had it here. Oh, here we are. Okay. So I'm going to do a quick poll. So just let me know, you guys self-taught, like YouTube guys and books. Have you taken any paid courses? Do you have a coach or a trading mentor, just out of curiosity? Listen, I don't want to pop the bubble right now, but I just want to kind of like, before I get you guys registered, I just want to make a comment on this. There's some pretty damn good marketers out there. Blow me away. Okay. You probably see them on YouTube. You probably see them on TV. You might hear on the radio. I just want to give you guys some advice. Have you guys heard what happened to Online Trading Academy? I don't know if anybody heard it. They were like the biggest educational schools, you know, they were like the $300 million company. They had franchises all over the place. Okay. Yeah. You guys heard about it? Can you heard about it? Listen, they couldn't follow by the rules. Okay. So the FTC shut them down. I knew it was going to happen sooner or later. If you want to make sure, and listen, I might not be the right fit for you. You might, some of you say you're Forex traders, whatever it is, or option. But if you want to learn how to stock trade, day trade, I'm definitely confident that I could teach you how to do it. But if you are going to learn from somebody, you damn well better make sure that they're being endorsed by a real official brokerage firm, because 99% of these people are out there. A brokerage firm will never endorse them because they look at the reviews, they see what they do. And, you know, and trust me, they do background checks on these people. Some people don't want background checks. They do background checks on us, our staff, everything. They want to make sure we're not filing bankruptcies. We're not, you know, have been arrested before, whatever. They have a lot to lose. They have a lot to lose. And I'm sorry, I don't want to go on a tangent on this, but unfortunately, I heard somebody had an account with a company called Short Trade, which was an overseas, you know, account with with another school. And I knew who the company was. I knew they were a scammer. The guy was getting away in Bahamas, and they lost all their money. And everyone lost their money because they were involved with this one other school, you know? So, I mean, and you know what that does? The reason why I bring it up, because it makes us look bad. It makes me look bad because then you look at that, we're all a bunch of, you know, cheaters and liars. I don't want you to think that. Those are the bad cops, you know? Online brokers is closed. You had one too yourself? Like I told you, it's terrible. And I don't want to name names, but you know what? Unfortunately, these companies are still out there. You just got to be careful. And by the way, if you're a student of ours, if you come, I'll be happy to tell you who you got to be careful of. And by the way, if you're like but there are a lot of great schools out there. So if you want to find someone, I'd be happy to tell you who to go with. Now, this is what I'm offering everybody to do. I want to invite all of you guys to come and watch my fellow traders trade. You're going to watch me trade. You're going to watch my instructors trade. We're going to do live commentary. By the way, this is the original trading room that I started 25 years ago. You're seeing them now pop up everywhere. Everybody's got a trading room night. I'm the one that started the original one. Okay. So if you want to sample the original one, you want to see where it all started, here's your opportunity to do it. And this is the big thing. I want you to kind of listen. We only trade about an hour a day. First hour of the open, last hour of the close. We're not doing this full time. Okay. First of all, you shouldn't be doing it full time either. But the big thing is this. Do not judge us on our winners. Okay. We're not here to brag about winners. I want you to judge us on the losers, because if you don't know how to take a loss, losers are a lot harder to swallow than a winner. Okay. So it's all about controlling losses. And that's what's going to teach you how to make money and seeing how these traders work together. So this is what I'm offering all of you. $9. 9 lousy stinking dollars. That's it. Come join my trading room for 1 week. And this is what you're going to get. You're going to get 1 week access to my live trading room, 3 daily market meetings, a morning and afternoon watch list, your own personal education advisor. You're actually going to talk to somebody too, which is great. Some people said, I can't even, you actually pick up the phone? I was, you know, yeah, you know what? I don't know if you're going to make me money. I don't know if you're really qualified. This is basically an application fee, realistically, just to let us know who you say you are, to let us know if you're a real person. But you know what? The only way you know if somebody's real, if they lay out $9. If I could do it for $1, I would. Okay. If I could do it for $1.49, I would. But I think $9 is, pretty generous. 100 hours of recordings. You're going to get a premium workshop and a crash course on day trading, all for a lousy, stinking $9. And as a bonus, if you're the first 20 people that register right now, I will personally give you a coaching class. Yes, me, the owner of the company, the CEO, is going to call you up and we're going to schedule an appointment. We're going to schedule time to talk. Why? Because when you get to me after watching a couple of days in the trading room, we're going to have a little discussion to see if trading's for you or not, because it's not for everybody. Okay. That's where it comes down to it. So you got nothing to lose. You want to find out about what trading is all about? If you want to know why, we're endorsed by more brokerage firms than anyone in the industry. If you want to know why I beat every school in the industry, if you want to see if I could teach you how to do it on your own, this is your chance. You want to find out the truth about what is day trading and swing trading and the goods and the bads and the uglies? Here's your opportunity. All it is, it's $9. Jake said it was the best $9 ever spent. Jake, I know, and I don't want to sound like a salesperson, but if you're not happy, I'll give you $9 at the end of the week. I don't need your $9, believe it or not. If I needed $9, trust me, you really should be running. That all it tells me is that you're a real person. That's all it is. Where do we sign up? The link is right there. You have the sign up page right there. I think Rich just posted it. I'll post it again. That you go to ctu.co/trial, or what you could do, and you could also call, but I really recommend you don't, because the phone's going to be really busy. Just do it online. But if you're having problems, you could do it over the phone. But right here on top where it says day trading trial, you click there, and there it is right there. Okay. All right. Now we got a couple of minutes. If anybody has any questions, I'll be happy to answer it. Muhammad, this is just not for stocks. We do some swing trading. We do a little bit of options trading too. I'm not going to pretend I'm a Forex trader or a futures trader, but if you are looking for somebody, send me an email and I'll be happy to forward you 2 or 3 people I would recommend. Because a lot of people out there, you got to be careful. Yeah, I spelled it right. You could send me an email. Can you get a free coaching class with you when I get started, please? Like I said, register for the $9. You're going to get into the trading room. You're going to talk to an education advisor. And then after seeing what's going on, then we'll schedule a time when to talk, and within the next couple of days. All right. Yeah, Muhammad, I don't trade futures. There's only about 3 people that I would recommend that are good futures traders, but I'm just not a futures guy. I'm a stock guy. It's like asking, you're fixing your house and, I'm the electrician. You're like, but I need plumbing done. Could you do the plumbing? I'm like, I can't do plumbing. I know how it works, but I don't want to be responsible. But you know what? It's only about 70% the same. Kevin, yes, there's BATS, there's Edge, EDGX. There's a couple of these ECNs out there like Nasdaq too, to get the full book. Yeah, well, obviously you saw we had Tom Sosnos from Thinkorswim from Tasty Trade, and great platform, but no, they don't have it. So what we would do is if you have an account with them, we would use their platform and we'll have the book viewer run on a separate window. Joan, if you just logged in, I'm sorry. Yeah, we are over. We're just getting people registered to come in for a full week, but it is recorded if you want to catch up what you missed in the beginning. Dennis's question, is there a minimum amount of money that you should need before you trading? Okay, so listen, I get this question all the time. Please don't worry about a brokerage account right now. It's like saying you have a 17-year-old kid and is just allowed to drive, but he doesn't want to take a road test. You want to I want to buy my car. I'm like, you don't even have to drive yet. I don't care. I want to drive. Let me buy the car. Then I'll learn how to drive. I'll learn from the car I buy. No, that's not how you do it. You first learn, and then we'll worry about the brokerage account later. So don't worry about that, how much you need or whatever it is. That's a misconception. That's the least of your problems right now. Question Victor says the website you mentioned, tape reading course. How I obtain this? Like I told you, it's a day trading course. You just click on that link that I just posted, and you'll be able to register right from there. Okay, there's the link. There's actually 2 different links, but same thing. Muhammad says, well, listen, Muhammad, of course you could. Of course you could. But before we even get into that conversation, I didn't see you register yet for $9. Okay. Why don't you come in the trading room, invest the $9 first, and then we'll talk about how you can make $20,000 a day. All right. Any other questions? All right, let me just do a couple of shout outs here. You probably hear the binging going in the background. Those are people registering. David Corby, I just got your registration, Woodhaven, Florida. You guys could see that. I mean, I don't want to show his information, but who else we got here? Robert P. from Nevada, Henderson, Nevada. Just got your registration. By the way, if you notice when you register, there's a questionnaire that comes after it. Please fill out that questionnaire. It's 5 questions to the best of your knowledge. It is very important that we know a little bit about you because it's going to help us, point you in the right direction, and it gets you the right videos to watch or whatever. So let us know if you're taking training, if you know what level 3 is, what brokerage you have, so we can advise you what we write. Listen, I don't work for the brokerage firms. I don't care about what happened in the past. I just care about the future. So just make sure you fill out the best of your knowledge, okay? Who else we got registered here? All right, we're almost up to 20. We got here Gordon Borden from, was that Switzerland? Okay, another. Julie from Ontario, Canada. William from, San Diego, California. All right, any other questions? What do we got here? Like I told you about the coaching, after a couple of days in the trading room, the education advisor will book a time will be best for me and you, and we'll be able to discuss and how to go move forward from there. But listen, I'm not talking to anybody until I don't know what that's going to do for you. You need to see the facts. You need to see if people actually make money doing this, because I'm telling you, a lot of you think you want to do this, and it's really not for you. All right. David says I'm in. Yes, David, I got your registration. What platform do we need? You don't need any platform, Joan. No platform. We have the platform up and running. If you have one, that's great. You don't need anything. All you need is $9. That's all you need right now. US. Yes, $9 US. You can use any platform you like. Any platform. All right, let me just see. I got a couple of things keep binging like crazy. Robert S. from Jamaica, New York. All right, you're right around the block from me. Claudius Adams from Houston, Texas. I used to have a radio show in Texas. By the way, I have a couple of, I don't know if you're a big football college fan, but I'm not going to tell you who it is until you get to the trading room. But we have some college, one of the top colleges in Texas. The head coach is one of my students. He's in the room. I don't know if we have any NFL players. Anyone likes the NFL? I have several NFL Super Bowl champions that I train. I do a lot of charity work too. So a lot of these people out there, just because they got money, they want to be able to manage their own money. They hate giving it to somebody else. So you're going to see there's a lot of famous people out there. And by the way, you're going to become very good friends with them, because that is something that we really push. Anthony, we just got your registration from Ohio. Welcome aboard. Who else we got here? Don Minnis from Bartlett, Illinois. All right. Any other questions, Jordan? The 1 week to watch the trading room. What happens after the week? Okay, so if you want to continue, Joan, after the week, you could pay the subscription. If not, you can cancel it. But if you want to really learn how to trade, we'll talk about the coursing, how we train you and everything else, and we'll let you know how the program works. But I'm not here to talk about the program or anything else. I'm not here to spook you or get you freaked out or whatever it is. All I know is this. If I could teach you how to make a 6-figure salary and you're making it, I don't think you have a problem contributing to some training. Okay. We do something totally different that nobody in the industry would ever do for you because they're not confident in you. Could you imagine going to college, Harvard, and they say, you know what, you pay us the $250,000. And, you know, and if you listen to me, we'll get you a job that will pay you $250,000 a year. Sounds like a no-brainer. No college does that. But when you see what we do here, you're going to flip out. But the only way you're going to know is you got to pay the $9 first. I'm not here to sell anything. All I'm here is I want to know if you're a real person, pay your entry fee, and we'll go from there. Listen, Mohammed, I don't know what you keep asking me questions. And I'll be honest with you, until you register, I mean, you want all these questions answered, you get into the trading room, we'll go from there. If you're a guy that wants to learn how to make, you know, several $1,000s a day, let's go from, we'll discuss it later. The bottom line is this. My goal today was to show you Iceberg Orders. My goal today was to show you stocks that we traded that you probably never heard of. My goal today is to show you that I am a real person. We're endorsed by more brokerage firms, you know, trying to get you to stop losing money and stop learning how to start making it. That's how you learn how to be successful. Any other, and yes, like Richard just says also, we got traders talk. We actually do take people's journals. We go over those journals, all that good stuff. All right, guys, I'm going to have to go because I got to get ready to trade the afternoon with my traders. Just a couple of last shout outs. Okay, great. I see a lot of you guys filling out the, the questionnaire. Very good. Very good. Beautiful. All right. Just got yours, Tony. Got yours. Good, good. Got yours. Claude, I got yours. Okay, good. Claude, you got education from us? How long ago was that? It's been a while ago. I'll find out. Michael Morrison just got yours from Tulsa, Oklahoma. All right. Okay, guys, listen, I got to get ready to go back with my traders. Listen, thank you very much for coming. I like to thank the staff for helping us out. I know things got a little confusing. We apologize with the emails, but we're trying to convert our technology for some better technology. So got a little hiccup here. So hopefully it was no inconvenience. Please don't hold it against us. But hopefully everybody was able to get in safely. And if you missed anything, we have this recording. You can watch it back. But before we all go, guys, just want to leave everybody with something very important for all of you guys to know. There's 3 different people in here. Some of you are going to pay the $9. You're going to come in there and you're going to find out the real truth. And I look forward to seeing you in there. And I want to show you the professionalism. I want to show you the customer service, everything else. And I think you're going to finally be happy that you finally found someone that could teach you how to make money. And there's people in here who are going to realize this is not for you. But there are some of you here that are professional freebies that just want to take free webinars and think you could do it on yourself. I just want to give you my advice. Do yourself a favor. If you're not going to take the time to learn how to do it with a real mentor and get more than one, you're better off quitting. I see too many people blow up their accounts. They lose everything. And it's just so much cheaper to dish out a small number and find out the real truth before you start putting real money into it. You got nothing to lose. The worst thing that could happen is you could learn from somebody. The worst thing that could happen, you could say, you know what? I learned that I definitely want to learn from this guy. Okay. But don't go out there and do it on yourself. You have to learn before you can earn. Greatest words I could pass down to anyone that wants to learn how to trade, because this is one of the greatest jobs in the world, especially with the whole coronavirus going on and everything that's happening. Why would you want to go back to work? Why would you want to go back and deal with the train station, get stuck in your car, worry about getting fired? How many of you here are about to retire and know you're not going to get hired again? I hear it all day, all day. You got laid off because they hired someone cheaper, whatever it is, giving your money to some broker, you know, losing your money after this big rally. You could do it yourself, you know, go lose your own money, but you got to do it right. Okay. So let's go out there. Let's try it out. And we'll see you in the trading room. Right, guys? So thank you very much. Don't forget to check your emails, talk to your education advisor, and I'll see you all in the trading room. Thanks, everybody. Be safe. Oh, and by the way, we're going to play a quick little video of the of the Nasdaq, me doing the presentation on Nasdaq regarding the level Nasdaq total view. So sit back and watch it while you guys register.
Welcome to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, global markets reporter at Nasdaq. Joining me at the market site in Times Square, New York City, we have Fausto Pugliese. He's the founder and president of Cybertrading University. We're going to take a look at how traders are using Totalview. And Fausto, it could not be a better time to have you in with us at Marketplace, because with everything going on, the volatility we've seen in the market since you were with us in the middle of February last time.
That was pretty crazy.
Traders are asking themselves, what's the bottom, what's the top? But as a day trader, you can kind of get an inside look when you're looking at a single stock.
Yeah, what it is, Jill, is that, thanks for having me again, and yes, when it comes to day trading, people realize that what happens over the course of the day, which trickles down to a swing trade and to a long-term investment. And my phone's been blowing up. People could ask me, Fausto, is this the bottom? Is this the bottom? Because we're looking at the market all day, and honestly, this is how you really know when it's the bottom. When you have the worst of the worst of the worst news, and just constantly all negative stuff, and the market's not going any lower, that's when you know it's time to buy. So as you see, like, a lot of bad news keeps coming up, and then obviously you saw what happened yesterday when they lowered the Fed rate by a half. It took for a big decline, and all of a sudden the market's up with about almost like 900 points so far. So and there's still a lot of bad news that's coming out with the coronavirus and everything else, but that's really when you know when you hit the bottom. So for some of the listeners out there that really missed the boat when the market had a big rally, you almost hit 30,000. You know, these are the opportunities. You know, honestly, it is like the same thing I saw back in 2008 when we had the financial crisis. So once you start seeing all the bad news, things start backing up, start going up.
All right, let's take a look at our example here today. We're going to look at ticker symbol MRNA, Nasdaq listed, of course. What are we looking at? Where's the levels that you're looking to sell?
Okay, so listen, what is mRNA? You know, I keep bringing up stocks, and people are like, what does this company do? It doesn't matter. We're just here to make money. The main goal about Totalview is you have to understand how it works, how to know where the buyers and sellers are. It's all about supply and demand. That's why it's such a great tool. So we're looking at a chart right here, and we're looking at the stock right here. And the first thing people notice is, like, the stock's going up beautifully. Nice. Look at the stock. Started this morning. It's at 25.80. It's at 28. Is it going higher? Now the goal is, why does the stock keep breaking out? It hits a resistance, it comes back down. It breaks the previous resistance, keeps going up. How do you know it's going to keep breaking higher highs? And what we're going to do this time is we're going to bring a video so you all could see exactly what it's like to see in the real market conditions.
All right, so let's move along to our next slide here. That's exactly what we're doing. Let's take a look at Totalview. I'm going to let you take the reins. Tell us what's happening here.
Okay, so we got like a little minute video here. So we're looking at some real time. The key here is time and sales. These are the transactions that are taking place. We're looking at level 2. Level 2 is basically people get for free, but it doesn't give you the depth of data as Totalview does. Now, the key here is that you don't see that many sellers out there. You're just seeing the best bid and best offer of that exchange. But you'll notice how the stock keeps going higher. What we need to focus on is where you see the big sellers, and you're looking for big orders. You got 51 different orders out there, right around 28. Things are going so quickly, I try to slow it down. So right around $28.50. So that is really your resistance level. So when you're looking at a stock going out, going higher, you're going to say, is the stock going to break out? So you see it's coming up to this guy right here really quickly. You see it's coming up. It's coming up to this person right here. So 70,000 shares, 5,000 shares. So it's going to come up to that seller. Now the goal is this: is that guy going to get executed? Remember, you have 100 share sellers, 300 shares, 1,000. But you have a big order out there. You want to see if that guy gets executed, and you want to see if that's how it breaks out. Remember, what makes support and resistance levels is buyers and sellers. So you got a seller out there. So we're coming up to that seller right here. Now the goal is to look right here and see if that seller gets executed. And you see it's coming up to the seller. And boom, the guy gets taken out. It's actually executing it. Boom, 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 boom. Look at that. See all those trades actions? It took the guy out. Now look how fast the stock goes up. From 250, we're at 260, 270, 280, boom, like that, as quickly as that. That's why it's so important to know where the orders are, know where the resistance, and see if the guy gets taken out. Now, when we get to the next slide, look at it. We're already at 2880.
Yep, and you can see these 35,000.
Which
orders.
is, exactly. Now, this is the next order. Now, the next question is, here's the next biggest resistance. There's 33,000 shares. There's 100 different orders out there. Now, then that's where the next resistance level is. So the goal is, you hit a resistance, where's the next resistance? The next resistance is the next biggest seller. So now we're coming up to him, and we're going to see what's going to happen when he gets to 29.
Yeah, it happens so fast.
Well, also, this is about a 5-minute video that I was able to capture when we traded this stock, and I kind of speeded it up over about a minute, so it doesn't move as quickly. The guy got taken out again, and look at the stock just took off again. And the thing I want to explain to you, Jill, is that, and your listeners have to understand, is that when you have a big seller out there and that guy gets taken out, that is a very big demand. Someone says, oh, wow, I'll take that 30,000 shares. And that's why you get the stock that really, really starts to take off. Now, the next thing is that you're going to get some resistance levels. It's going to start backing off. There's always profit taking going on, right? Of course. So when you have profit taking going on, you could see profit taking going on. But the question is it really a profit taking, or is it just people just, or is it really going to go lower? In this case, it's not. Seller got done. Remember, we just watched the stock go from 28 to 29. Now look at it. We're at 29.50 already. Stock just keeps going higher and higher because those sellers are getting executed. As those sellers get executed, that means there's a demand for it. When you see big block orders out there, it makes a bigger demand, and that makes it higher. Now, the next resistance level, obviously, is going to be where we have to focus on where the next biggest orders are. So we got some, no, I think we freeze, right? We're done?
Nope, we have a little bit more to go here.
We slow down over here. Yep, we're done. Oh. So the next video we're going to show.
You can actually go to our slide here. So this is where you're looking at those levels.
Right. So we're looking at the seller. So we have a 67,000 share seller at 28. So now we have to look what we call iceberg orders.
What does that mean?
Okay. So it's a funny story. So I came up with this word about 20 years ago after watching the movie The Titanic. Okay. Actually, go watch that movie. Very sad movie. I definitely recommend it. So anyway, what happened to Titanic? It hit an iceberg. And the thing is, everybody was focused on the pretty of the ship and above the water. They didn't realize it's not what's above the water, it's at the bottom of the water. Icebergs are really big. So what happened, it crashed and it sunk. So what we're looking for is big iceberg orders, which we call, some people call them big block orders, but when you see a big order, it's called an iceberg order. So now we're looking at a 28.90, and we're looking for a resistance. Once again, stock's going higher. We need to focus on the next resistance level.
All right, and which is on the next chart here. If we take a look, yep.
So here's just a quick little screenshot. So as we're looking at it, you see, it's a lot easier when you're focusing on, when you're just looking at the level, the total view, and it's easy to point it out. Now, please keep in mind, your listeners have to understand, we're fast forwarding this pretty quickly to get to the point. It doesn't move this quickly. But I'm showing right here is just a quick screenshot. What we're focusing on is this big order right here for 73,000 shares, and there's 315 different orders out there making up that 73,000. Now, the thing I just want to point out is I just want to teach everyone a quick little lesson. Yeah. Don't ever sell anything at $30. Go out at $29.99. You just cut the line by.
So that's for anything that's at an even number.
Biggest trick I was taught by my mentors when I was younger. Listen, everybody's going to think 30. Everybody's going to think 20. Go out $21.99. You just cut the line by 73,000 shares. That's a very good.
It's like selling a house or buying a house. It's like that, those incremental psychological levels.
If you remember, if you look at it, the stock has a penny intervals. And so that's a little tip. But the thing is, let's focus what happens to the 30. No, just right off the bat, you know that's a major resistance levels, and that's what we have to focus on. That's for the stock to go any higher, it's got to get through that 73,000 share seller on Totalview.
All right, well, let's take a look at that next slide. See what happens next. Now we're going to get the other piece of the trade.
Okay, so here we're looking at the stock moving. Here's 29.45, 29.48, 62. 67. So the sellers are getting executed. You can see the transactions taking place, but we know that there's that guy sitting right here. And now his order's coming up. Look, he's starting making up the ranking. It's getting up to 30. It's getting close to him. So let's watch what happens. 74, 70. Look at the transactions taking place. It's trying to get there. And by the way, those orders, they're all real. People think like they're fake. Those are real orders. Can a guy cancel? That you have to take very seriously, and that's a real order out there. So now as we're looking at it, and as it's trading, it's trying to get there. Actually, it kind of almost tested it. You see that right there?
Yeah.
See that candle right there? It's hit it, and now it's starting to back off a little. Now you're starting to see the red candlesticks. So now it means that the last sale is lower than the previous.
And this works for all kinds of stocks. ETFs, would it work for ETFs also?
ETFs, futures, options, it works the same way. Remember, it's the movement of the stock that makes all those other things. Yes, right. ETFs and everything else. You could look up any ETF and it'll come up on Totalview. Look, now we're down to 29.
Yep.
So my point that I'm getting to is this. If you didn't have a game plan, Jill, and didn't know that seller was out there, and you try to
And actually, if we go to the next slide, this is exactly what you were talking about. There's your level right there.
If you didn't have a game plan and knew that seller was out there, and look at that candle, that stock literally moved. Look how fast it moved in that one bar chart. If you didn't have a game plan to get out there before that guy was out there, and if you didn't what we call shaving, before that 30 and cut that line, guess what? You would just look how much money you would have lost. That stock didn't even drop from 30. Look where it went to. 27.30. You would have got crushed on that trade. Because what happens, if that seller's out there and he's not getting executed, he really had to sell that order, Jill, how is he going to get out? He's got to sell to the buyers. If he hits the bid, he's running that stock down, not you and I. Remember, we're not trading 74,000. Someone else is, and it's not one person. We saw it. It was like there was several people out there doing it. And that's how you got to focus on using the total view when you trade in today's volatile markets.
All right. So cool to actually watch it happen in real time. Thanks so much for doing that for us, Fausto. And thank you for joining me on Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.